Look at it so very easy. My name is Laura, and tomorrow my grandchildren will be here and they are going to be spending some time with me. And normally when they're here, I do some kind of craft and hobby, but I am a little behind this time, so I have to think quick. So what I'm going to do is make placemats that they are going to be able to color on. And they're going to be permanent, so they're going to be able to keep them for a long time. And there's no sewing involved. I do hope you join me. So I really am going to need some very simple things. White fabric, a dark heavy fabric, and in this case, this is a leftover medium weight upholstery fabric that I have. So that is going to be the back. This is going to be the front where they're going to be able to color on it. And I'm going to fuse them all together with a Heat and Bond Ultra Hold. Now this is a non-sewable product. The red package is the strongest one. Because I am not sewing it, I am going to trim the edges with pinking shears. But of course, you could just use a rotary cutter. Now I'm going to take advantage of this length because I do have that roll. It is 17 inches. So I'm going to make my placemat 17 inches by 10 inches. So I'm going to need 4 of them. So I'm going to need 40 inches. So I'm going to need fabric about that size. So I'm going to cut this piece of fabric just a little bit more than 17 inches. And I'm going to do just a little bit over 40 inches. And to prepare my fabric, I am going to press this fabric first and make sure there are no wrinkles in it. So my fabric is pressed. I'm ready to fuse this on. Now there are a lot of different fusibles, and it is important that we follow the directions for the fusible that we are using. If you overheat certain ones, the glue will actually disintegrate, so it's not as effective as it should be. So it's really important that we follow the directions. Now they do also recommend that we have our fabric washed first, and to wash it without fabric softener. And that way we have a clean surface, so this will stick on a lot better. So for this particular one, my iron, I will knead it onto a dry heat setting and a silk setting. I do place the shiny side to the back side of that fabric. Then I'm going to be able to just glide this back and forth for about 1 or 2 seconds. Then we need to allow that to cool so that the glue sticks onto this fabric. So let me get this glued on. And since it is important that I let this cool down, I will press my white fabric in the meanwhile. From here, I'm going to simply remove the paper. So you'll be able to see there's a shiny side there on that heavier fabric. So just peel off that paper. And I like to hold on to that paper. Now I can fuse on my white fabric. Now in my case, my white fabric just happens to be a little bit bigger. But let's say your fabric was a little bit smaller. That is where you're going to use this paper. That shiny side is going to go towards the glue side. So you have this nice big pressing sheet to work with. And you're going to be able to iron those layers together. So if you do end up with a nice big piece like this, you just might want to save that for a pressing sheet for the future. My fabric is bigger, so I'm just going to lay it over top. It is pressed. And now I'm going to be able to press this down, holding that iron down into one area for about 4 to 5 seconds. Once you've ironed that, let it cool down and see if a corner peels back. If it isn't sticking, just add about 2 more seconds. After a few tries, you'll know exactly the temperature you're going to need to press the entire piece. And I am just going to go and press this entire piece. Now these layers are stuck together, but I do like to give a little bit of a press from the other side. And I'll only need to press that slightly. You do not want to overpress because we do not want to melt the glue. We just want to make sure both those layers are together. Now I'm going to be able to cut this out. And since I cannot see the glue, in order to know where it is, I'm just going to pull that top fabric back and make a mark. You can see where it's stuck together, but I'll be able to just draw a line because I do want it cut within the glue side. So I divided up this piece, I drew some lines. Now I'm going to cut it with pinking shears right down the center, and that's just going to save me time. I now have 4 very simple placemats. I did choose a heavier, darker fabric for the back so that anything that they use to color on it will not transfer through. Now I'm just going to spruce these up a little bit with our plain old Sharpie. So with a simple Sharpie, I just spruced that up, and everyone is going to get the same size and the same look placemat. So they're going to be able to color on this, and we're going to be able to keep it. They are going to be able to use things like Sharpies, which are permanent. I did find some paint pens. Those will be permanent. A good old pen will also be permanent. You can get fabric crayons, and even regular crayons can be permanent. Whatever they are coloring, afterwards, I will take that paper that I saved, put that shiny side down, and give it another iron so that I will set that ink. So within 15 minutes, I was able to have a project for them when they come. So my placemats are done and ready to go and ready for them to color and have some fun. It took me more time to go through my fabric to find some leftover fabric than it did to make the placemats. A fun, quick, non-sew project. Thank you for joining me today on Sew Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I have a newsletter. It's all free under Sew Very Easy. And be sure to make every day a Sewtacular day. Bye for now.